Strap yourself in,
because we're set up, switched on, and ready to go.
You are watching and listening to Chris and Leicester Till I Die TV on YouTube and your favourite podcasts. Till I Die TV, your first choice for everything Leicester City. Tune in and join in now.
And now, here's your host.
Right, Chris.
All right, junkies, how the devil are we? Well, excuse me, better than me, I hope. I do apologise. It's back. Excited, apprehensive, worried. What are your feelings? Let me know in the chat. Also in the chat, we've got a poll. Who's going to win today's game? So join in with both of those things. But I'm feeling a little apprehensive. But it is tinged with excitement. Because like I say, it's back.
The Premier League is back, and we've got it all covered here on Leicester Till I Die TV. Subscribe.
Yeah, please subscribe. And as you can see above me there in gold, all our social media outlets, including obviously podcasts on all the major podcast platforms. Dan is in on the train to London. Come on, Leicester. Did you stop at Leicester Forest East? Yeah, I mean, half of that name is good. Well, 2/3, I guess. I'm not sure about the Forest bit in there. Somebody was out taking the piss when they named it, weren't they? But thanks for joining us, Dan. Hope you are going to have an absolutely great day in London. It was your son's birthday yesterday. So I don't know if you are still watching this or if your son is watching this. But should we play this for him?
Have a happy birthday from us to you.
Indeed, a big happy birthday to Dan's son. James is in. Good afternoon, James. How are you? Hit the likes and subscribe. Geordie tuned for life. You did the job for us yesterday. Newcastle 2, Forest 0. We couldn't have asked for any more. I wonder if the Nottingham Forest fans have gone quiet about their return yet. It could have been 6 if I'm honest. That's what we like to hear. Leicester win today, a few goals in this game. Well, yeah, I think it could be. Hayden's in, saying hi. Come on, you foxes. Hi, mate. Got you off the Twitter group. I hope you're well. That lad, Ben. Yes, I am very well. I hope you are so as well. If you haven't yet subscribed, that lad Ben, please do. Just click that subscribe button. It doesn't commit you to anything. It's free of charge. And also smash the likes on the video. That would be much appreciated. B Crumb is in. Good evening, sir. It's been a while. Welcome back. How are you? Cheers, mate. Showed him that. He laughed. He can tell all his mates at school. He can say, guess who I got birthday wishes off? Leicester Till I Die. And his standing at school will go from that. Yeah, he's Burnley, isn't he? So it's probably down to there, in fairness. Appreciate that, mate. No worries. Welcome along, sir. Welcome along. Internet shocking, so I'm going to go but enjoy the match and good luck to the Foxes. Like I say, have a great day in London. Don't do anything that you would get arrested for. So, yep, it's back. It is the Premier League, and it's a small matter of playing these. Okay, so we have scored 13 goals in the last 5 matches. That's almost 3 a game. It was funny, wasn't it? We got all the players back at the end of last season, and we suddenly started winning. Now, yeah, I know what you're going to say. Well, it was, Norwich or Watford or whatever, but it was teams, in fairness, that we were struggling to beat earlier on in the season. Let me just bring our last few games up, and I'll see. I'm actually struggling to get the game at the moment, so this could be interesting. How we go along here. So let us have a look at. Let me just see how we go in here. There we go. Got it. Right. So yes, we of course we beat Southampton 4-1. We drew 1-1 with Chelsea. We beat Watford 5-1. Some would say, of course, that's not hard. Norwich we beat 3-0, and yeah, unfortunately we lost to Everton. But those last games, we had all the players back. We were struggling to beat those teams 1 and 2-0 after or during the injuries crisis. But yeah, it is. It was an interesting season. Let me just put it that way. Chris Sutton's gone for a 1-1. But then what does he know? Celtic B are so much better than Leicester A, aren't they? Yeah. How are they getting on in Europe? And yeah. So they win a 2-man league. They won a lot of leagues when it was a 1-man league, wasn't it? In fairness to them, that's how good they are. Man United take on Brighton. They kick off at the same time as us. They're the ones actually on telly, and then West Ham, Man City at 4:30. But let's have a look at yesterday's results very, very quickly. Fulham with the early. Well, first of all, Arsenal. Sorry, on the Friday, I forgot on the Friday, Arsenal beating Crystal Palace 2-0. I had that as a draw, to be honest with you. Welcome, MPV Christo on Twitch. We are on Twitch if you want to find us. LTIDtv. LTIDtv. Find us on Twitch. Thanks for joining us, Christo. Give us a subscribe. Appreciate it, mate. Do appreciate it. Some interesting results, said James, as we said. Yep. Just mad the season has started already. It's flown by. I think we all got into the Women's Euros, and it was quite a shock, if you know what I mean, how good it was. Obviously, shocked that we won. Well, not a shock we won it, but you know what I mean. So the summer has gone quicker than I think any of us planned. Of course, it was shorter as well because of the damn World Cup. And Scott's in. Hello, hope you are well as well, Scott. Thank you very much for joining us. So, like I say, Arsenal starting off with a 2-0 win against Palace. I've got to be honest with you, my predictions, I did absolutely shite on this weekend. I had that down as a draw. Who would have said Fulham would have got a 2-2 draw with Leicester? With Liverpool. Certainly not a Liverpool fan, I know. He said Fulham well deserved it. So who knows? And then you got Bournemouth. Now, obviously, those of you that know me know I live near Bournemouth, and that I want to see them stay up because it's a 10-minute bus ride for me. But you know, I don't like Scott Parker. That's being unfair. I don't think Scott Parker is a particularly good Premier League manager. I think he's going to be one of those that will get you up but can't keep you up. I've known a few women like that. No, I can't. I really cannot say that, just in case any of them are watching, which I don't think they will be. But yeah, Bournemouth beat Villa. So mixed feelings there, because again, everybody I think has got Bournemouth to go down, including myself. But then again, they beat Villa. Not a good start for Villa. Not a good start at Villa at all. Leeds beat Wolverhampton 2-1. Did you see that coming again? No. Newcastle doing the business against Forest. What can we say? Honestly, what can we say to the Forest fans losing 2-0 to Newcastle after all the hype of you getting back into the Premier League, I think there's only one thing we can say to them. Oh, yes. That's what we can say to Nottingham Forest fans. But well done, Newcastle. Geordie's in. Proud of you, mate. Thanks for doing us that favour. Newcastle, as I say, beating them. Tottenham Hotspur showing that I believe they're going to be third this season. Whether they've got enough to do, well, Liverpool when they're on form, Man City when they're on form, we will see. But yeah, Man City doing the business over Southampton, who I've got to go down this season. I think this is the season we say goodbye to Southampton. And then and Spurs, top three for me, top three. And Chelsea beating Everton 1-0. Wow, that was unlucky on Everton, to be honest with you. Yes, it was a definite penalty. I can't dispute that. But Everton, if they get a striker in, they may not be the bad team that we all think they are probably going to be. Let's have a look at a few more comments. James, Fulham played well yesterday. Didn't expect them to get anything at all, but exactly 100%, mate. Exactly. I couldn't agree more. Let's have a look at some more comments. Terry, good afternoon, Terry. How the devil are you? Thank you for joining us. To be honest, not taking much from first game of the season. Look at yesterday. Majority of teams underperformed. It's normal every year. But you just want to get off to a good start, don't you? Yeah, I mean, it's the first game. Look at Arsenal. They lost to Brentford. My God, the Arsenal fans went into meltdown. But then they actually finished fifth. So, you can't read too much into it, but you do want to get off to a good start without any doubt. Scott Blakey says Scott Parker, trying to confuse me there, is a bit like Chris Hughton. Yes, he is. And don't get me wrong, I have absolutely nothing against him whatsoever. He was on the show with, I think it was Jamie Carragher when we actually won the league, and he was very, very complimentary to us. So I say nothing against him. I just don't know whether he is the manager as a Premiership manager. James, from a different point of view, apart from the penalty we gave away, we were very solid. Main problem was no striker at all. We looked so much up front. Gutted to lose that. But the thing, I think what you got to be, because of course James, if you don't know, is a just have a look here. Okay, we'll check now. Everton. He is an Everton fan. What I would take from that, to be totally honest with you, James, is the performance. I think you compare that performance to most of your performances last season, you've got to be very, very pleased. If I was Frank Lampard, and everybody's saying Frank Lampard's going to be the first one to be sacked next season, on that performance, you're going to give a lot of teams a good game. You may not be the team that we saw last season at all. And Gordon, I tell you what, if you put him up for sale, you'd have 19 clubs plus probably about another 10 from abroad. James Tarkowski had a very good game. Yes, he did indeed. I wish we'd got him. That's why we're now about to sign Connor Cody. I've read that. Good luck with that. Scott, wow, that would be good for Everton, but could be so damaging for Wolves. I don't know what's happening at Wolves. I really don't. 100% Chris, we didn't play that bad. There was some positives to take from the game. It was a very enjoyable game. I watched it. But back to this game. We are Brentford popping up the motorway, the M1 to Leicester. And this is the team that Leicester have put out. Obviously, we have no Schmeichel now. So let me know what you think of this lineup. So let's have a look at this for you. So Leicester have gone for 3-4-2-1. So probably no surprise there because it's the kind of lineup that Brendan likes. He's got Ward in goal, and I've got to be honest with you, I'm really happy about that. As you know, if any of you actually watched any of the pre-season shows, you've got yes, he is Terry. If if any of you watched the Snog Marry Avoid or the Keep Sell Loan show that we did, I actually said I think Schmeichel should go. Danny Ward's there, 12 million he cost us. He's never let us down. He's a good penalty stopper. I think he controls his area better than Schmeichel. Schmeichel's one of the old-fashioned keepers. Now we are sort of looking at a different type of keeper there. And I think Schmeichel... And I don't begrudge him going. For God's sake, what he has done to the show, obviously for the club, it is obviously a... What can I say? It is obviously a blow, but it's another one of the Premier League winning players that has left. So it's always going to hurt, but he deserves 3 years. Leicester, Nice. Where would you sooner live, guys? I know where I'd sooner live. South of France, believe it or not. So I wish him well. He goes, I think, with all our good wishes. I hope they sing his name at the ground today. I really, really do, because he does deserve it. Because I say what he's done for the club, you couldn't ask for any more. But Ward, yeah, I mean, to my mind, brilliant place. Evans, Fofana and Amati across the middle. Scott says there, shocked that Amati starts. Evans obviously is the new captain. Fofana, let's make the most of him while we've got him, eh? Chelsea, bugger off. Amati, yeah, I mean, Scott, you said there, shocked that Amati starts. Yeah, you would expect Soyuncu, and he's on the subs bench. But what did Amati do wrong last season? He was the one defender that actually, how can I say this? Actually, turned up week after week after week. He didn't know who he was going to be playing week in, week out. But he was damn good. I take you right back last season to the Community Shield, or as it was, of course, then known, the English Super Cup. But we all groaned. I heard the groan when I was walking up Wembley Way and the team was being announced, and they went Amati. I groaned. Everybody around me groaned. Had a great game, in fairness. Manchester City didn't have the full squad out, but still had a great game. You could only play against who's in front of you, and he never let us down. Soyuncu, as we do know, had an up and down season, so I'm not disappointed. I've got to be honest with you. Justin and Castagna there, so it's going to be sort of, well, we said it was a 3 at the back. It's a 3 at the back when we're attacking. It's a 5 at the back when we're defending. Of course, as James said there, and thank you very much, James, he wishes Pierre a speedy recovery. Indeed. 6 months is out. Spanish teams and pre-season friendlies, although in this case, the Spanish team had nothing to do with the injuries. He just went down. And Justin on the other side, obviously New England cap, he's and I thank Luton for him. Ndidi, it's good to see Ndidi back. I mean, he just breaks up so much. You could question aspects of his game, like his forward passing, etc. But for me, the way he breaks up the opposition's attacks, there's nobody better in the Premier League. Tielemans is in there, and in fairness, Scott, you said shocked that Tielemans starts. It's one of those, isn't it? Really, because we can't. We could say, right, you're off. We don't want you. Goodbye, sort of thing. But we are taking what it is when he's on form, when he's on his day. He is the best player we have. There's no two ways about it. Last season, as I always said, if he played the way he played most of the back end of last season in the FA Cup, he wouldn't have scored that goal. That's the FA Cup is what we'd expect, an attacking midfielder, but he's having to play a more defensive role because of indeed his injuries. Don't know why Brendan wasn't quite 100% trusting with Mendy, but he has his reasons. And it's interesting as well because we sit here on these shows on social media and we criticise some of the team selections, etc. But and it's still on there. If you go on to In Conversation With on the LTIDtv website, you will see that I talked to Brian Little. You maybe, well, Leicester fans will remember Brian Little, what we call our playoff manager. Lovely, lovely guy, gave up his own time to come on. And like he says, the fans do not see what is going on in training. So that's true. That's true. We don't. But I do think we would be cutting our nose off to spite our faces if we were not to play him. Dewsbury or Maddison picks themselves. Madison's not going anywhere. I honestly think that he's, it was his agent. We are going to be offering him a new contract, and I think they was just trying to bump the price up. And Vardy up front, yes. I mean, well, how many games he will be playing this season, we will have to wait and see. But you've got to have Vardy up front. And the substitute bench, well, Everson, obviously, he's going to be the number 2. And I'd like to see him get the cup games, to be honest with you. Luke Thomas, Soyuncu, Mendy, Dennis Pratt, Oyosi Perez, Patson Daka, Marco Brighton, and Kelechi in Iacho. So basically, I think you'd say what we'd expect. I think it's a very starting lineup. Yes, I could pick things out here and there. Possibly would we have Ricardo in over Castagna if he was fit? But to me, that's probably as a stronger lineup as we're going to see this season. James says here, it's a strong enough team. How will Tielemans play is the big question. Yeah, he hasn't let us down. I keep going back and saying, look, Kante couldn't wait, like a rat off a sinking ship. He could not wait to leave us once Chelsea came in, and he did lose a lot of my respect. Mahrez lost all my respect. As much as I love them for what they did, Mahrez, he went on strike. He had mental problems. Oh dear, he had mental problems. He didn't want to be at Leicester. I think we made your career, Riyad. I think we made your career. Sitting on Charles de Gaulle Airport in Paris, waiting for his agent to ring in case he needs to fly somewhere. Yeah, I'm sorry. Those players leave. Tielemans, he's still playing out of his skin. You can see when he wins the corner, when they win a throw, and it's come on, lads, So I do believe he will play well. And if we don't get an offer soon, obviously replacing him is going to be the trouble. We may not let him go because we've got to consider keeping him could be the difference between us getting European football and not getting European football. Can one player make a difference between 7th and 8th? Yes, they can. Certainly when you're certain kid like Harry Kane for Tottenham, if he's not playing, so if he's on form, we could actually make more money. I don't know, make more money, but would make money by being in Europe with him and then letting him go for nothing than actually selling him now and losing him and not being able to replace him. Terry and Marte fits into the inverted fullback scenario, indeed. Scott, to be fair, Chris, my predicted lineup is completely different to the starting 11 chosen and would not have had a Marte or Soyuncu starting. Wow. Doug, good afternoon, sir. How the devil are you? What happened yesterday against Fulham? Liverpool fan, Doug, but a great friend of the channel. He's on a lot of shows with me. What happened to Fulham? I want to know. Terry, yes, agree about Ndidi for playing top 6 sides to break play up, but against Brentford, for me, Samari to get the ball up the pitch better. Yeah, that is his. Yeah, Samari's not even on the bench though, Terry. Samari's not even on the bench, so maybe that story's got a twist in it before the end of the transfer window. Although I thought he'd been playing very well, maybe I'd have had him on the subs bench rather than Mendy. Who knows? And let's face it, it's good to be in a position where you got all your players playing well. B. Croms, Tielemans is not our best player. He's not better than Vardy, Maddison or Fofana. B-Crom, I would disagree with you there. When he is on form, and he wasn't on form last season, he is still one of our best players. I'd possibly say he is our best player. We're not as good when we don't play him, and we're not as good when he doesn't play in that attacking role and he's more defensive. We've got to sort of be honest with you and look at Vardy. I love the guy. I'd have his babies tomorrow. Don't let me, just in case Rebecca's ever decides to leave. But if Vardy has a bad game, he's still the Messiah. He's still the chosen one. We tend to have to. We always look at Vardy and go, blue tinted glasses. Maddison, he's had ups and downs. I know he had his injury last season, but it took him a while to get back. Let's have a look. Fulham, he's trade Tielemans and buy Cody. Well, I think we know where Cody's going, don't we? Terry and Doug are talking about Liverpool. Any streams available for the game? Just the normal ones, mate. Just the normal ones, unless you're on a Fire Stick. And I've got a Fire Stick, but I'm finding it hard to find it. Chris, some players have not been allocated squad numbers for this season, obviously looking to move them on. Hence, that's why they're not made the bench. I think Samari, has he not got a squad number? I do believe he has. Let's just have a look. I'm pretty sure that he has got a squad number. Squad numbers confirmed. You could be right, though. You could be right. Samara is number 42, Scott. Samara is number 42. So I think all the usual candidates have got squad numbers. Doug, all I can say is Fulham deserve their point. Fair dues, Doug, to you. Strange results indeed. It is only one game. We're about to go live, I believe. I'm still trying to find a game. At the moment, I'm watching gymnastics. I don't know. But it is the Watchalong. Josh is going to be in with us in 1 second. Welcome back. I say Leicester Till I Die TV. Please subscribe. Please like and smash those like buttons and give us your support. Leicester City taking on Brentford, and is the Leicester Till I Die Watchalong.
Till I Die Watch Along show. Join in the chat and don't.
Good evening. Here I go again. Good afternoon, Josh. The clappers aren't clapping, but the flags are waving.
Afternoon, Chris. How are you, buddy?
I'm all right. A little bit apprehensive with the new season, the way things have gone, but Maddison's come out. He's got his hands up to the crowd. He's clapping the crowd. Maybe that's a good sign.
Hopefully, mate. I mean, I think the starting lineup's pretty telling, to be honest. I think chances are, Chelsea are splashing money, so I think we probably one of the last games we'll see for Farner if they come in with a big offer that we can't refuse, really. I think Maddison, like I say, Maddison's obviously, I think we're going to get another season out of him.
I think he's going to sign a new contract, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think they were out for their, for a bigger deal. That I think it was agent talk.
Tielemans, obviously, that's been a bit of a bloody saga all summer, really. I mean, Arsenal have obviously shown interest, but it's a strange one, really. Whether they're holding out, see if they can get a lower price towards the end of the window, which I think they probably are doing. But Yeah, for me, mate, personally, I mean, obviously, it's well known amongst our fans and obviously all in the media that we've got to get rid of players wage-wise, really, before we could bring anybody in. But I'm setting myself up for a season where I think we'll do well to finish mid-table personally. But as long as we play good football along the way, mate, I'm more than happy. I'm just glad it's back, to be honest.
Yes. Well, we've just kicked off. I've managed to get a stream up. Have you seen the team?
Yeah, I did. Like I say, while I were out, come to about 1:30, I thought, our teams will be out now. So I think it's as strong as we can go, really. Obviously, bar the injuries to Ricardo and Harvey Barnes, really. It's going to be tough. I mean, Brentford, the 2 games last season were really difficult against them. They play really good football. So no matter what, even if, Ricardo and Harvey Barnes had been starting today, it was always going to be a tough game. But
yes,
I'm hopeful. I'd say hopeful more than optimistic. I think it's a game where we can easily get 3 points today, albeit it's going to be a difficult game. But hopefully we'll get off to a good start. I just want to see us play good football, mate. 'Cause I think during pre-season, I felt we played really good football in most of the games. There were a lot of pressing. The tactic where the sort of wing backs or full backs or wing backs were like tucking inside and playing a lot more centrally, we're confusing a lot of teams. So it's going to be interesting to see how we get on, definitely.
Yeah, we've got that 3 at the back. When we attack, it goes into 5 at the back for defensive. I mean, Ricardo, obviously, as James said earlier, wish him a speedy recovery. But I don't. I mean, we've got Castagna there, and let's be honest, he likes to get forward, doesn't he?
He does. I think, he's I wouldn't say underrated, because I think a lot of our fans appreciate what he does, but I think I'm not surprised to see, I think, the likes of Inter Milan came in for him in the summer, or they were, rumoured to be interested. So I can see why sort of, biggish European teams look at him, because I think every game he plays for us, he's never, I wouldn't say he's ever, world-class outstanding, but he's just consistent every game. Like, he rarely makes a mistake. But he is a really good player, mate. I'm glad he stayed, to be honest. And I think, obviously, Ricardo getting injured probably tied his hands behind his back, his keeping, because he looked like he might go during the summer. But I'm glad he stayed.
I think he will. I think we need a couple of, especially in defence, we always need backups. And I think he's he can play either side. That's the thing that I like about him. I'm on 246 at the moment. I don't know what you're on at all.
Oh, you're just ahead of me, mate. I'm on 236.
Oh, well, we're there or thereabouts. Paul G, welcome along. A good result today, and I'm confident we will be fine. Welcome along to the channel, Paul. Don't forget, if you anybody that's watching, 29 watching now, it's jumped up. Smash those likes, please. It does help with the Facebook algorithms, and hopefully subscribe if you haven't already. Bournemouth player down at the moment. I've got all me logos and me things ready to go. If we don't score, I'm going to be sat here disappointed. I might just play the score thing anyway. Yes, it's. Don't forget, this is a Leicester Till I Die TV you're watching. Thank you very much for doing so.
You are watching Leicester Till I Die TV with Chris and Chums. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and Pinterest. All you need for everything Leicester City FC. It's Leicester Till I Die TV.
And we're welcoming Anthony, who, apart from being an Arsenal fan, is a cheeky sod. Because watching on my new phone, Chris, I can see the cobwebs on your trophy in the background. Well, do you know what? I actually Google mapped the Emirates the other day, because I was Google mapping all the grounds were for some artwork I was doing for the matches. And when you Google map, Arsenal, and you have the little sort of circles with the pointy bit saying where everything is. It said Arsenal Football Ground. There's also one of those highlighting that within the Emirates, Arsenal have got a time capsule. And I'm thinking, well, that must be where they keep their trophies. Because one day they'll be able to open it and go, I remember when we won this game and we won the trophy and we didn't lose a game all season.
You know what, though? I must admit, they did look good on Friday. I think they've made some really good, astute signings. I think they'll I think you'd fancy them to.
Shot there.
I think you'd fancy them to be in contention for maybe League Cup, FA Cup, something like that. I think they're gonna have a really good season.
They've made some great signings, and it's amazing that I was on an Arsenal fans channel, and he was. I don't understand the mentality. He's saying, and I actually had to put in the comments that this is why people wouldn't come on his channel, because he is so sort of negative. It's like. One of them was saying, but then we've not made any decent signings, and I'm going, yes, you have. Maybe one or two, but they're not the signings I want. And I mean, but you're not in control of the club.
That's the thing, mate. I think as well, because no matter what, Arsenal are a massive club. They're like a bit of an English institution, really, aren't they? So, but I think they're sort of in like a bit of a, say it's transition season. I'd say it's a bit more serious than that. I think like Jesus for them is a really good signing. I think Zinchenko's a really good signing for them. Yeah. I can't say much for their midfielder they bought. Is his name Fabio Vieira or something? But they've bought well. They have bought well, and I think they'll definitely be pushing towards top 4 again this season, without doubt.
I think they will be. I think I've got them as finishing 5th, but I do think, like you say, they are going to be up there. First corner to Leicester, won by Vardy, just coming up. Anthony says that yes, they call it hidden treasure. Another fan was sort of saying like, how long till we win the league again? I just want to win the league. And I went, well, hang on. It's been 18 years. Liverpool had to wait 30 years.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, and you're right, mate. You look at the likes of Liverpool, Man City. I think they've pulled so far ahead now that it's like you say, mate. It's going to take a few years for the likes of Arsenal and Man United, for example, to catch them. So
yes, yeah. Right, so Leicester all in blue. I like the new kit. Obviously, I'm wearing the shirt. Do you like the new quit? Do you like the new kit, Josh?
I do. At first, obviously, I think we all seen sort of leaked images about what it was going to look like, and then I think the first time seeing it like properly in the flesh on like videos and stuff was when Dewsbury all signed his new contracts and he was wearing them. I thought, you know what, it does look really smart, and I think it's going to be a bit of a grower for a lot of people. But I think it would
certainly remind the retro, and they certainly remind me of the old Weller Worthington strip, which is my all-time favourite. So I absolutely love it. We got Ward in goal today. I must admit, for me, Schmeichel, I did do on the show, a pre-season show, I did sort of do a thing saying that Leicester should let him go. He was one of our biggest wage earners. I don't think he was the player that he was. We saw that last season, although his defence was obviously iffy in front of him, but he doesn't command his box as well. His distribution is poor. Love the guy, obviously. And I said, I don't think we need to go out and buy, because we've got a £12 million goalkeeper sat on the bench. And for me, Ward, number one number, and Iverson to play the cup games. I think, why waste money buying somebody when we haven't got the money, apparently, and we haven't got,
definitely, mate. I agree 100%. I really do. I think it's going to take a lot of getting used to, obviously, not having Casper between the sticks. But I hope, because goalkeepers make mistakes, but I hope, our fans are a bit more try and be patient with Danny Ward, because obviously he's coming in and.
Sorry, talking of which, you'll see it in a second. We gave the ball away. Brentford got it onto the far side, shot, and Danny Ward made his first save of the game. Yeah. Which that will give him confidence, obviously.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely. Getting your first sort of, shot on target, and as long as you sort of save it, and he's good catch, really. It's at him with a bit of pace as well, so that'll hopefully settle him down. But I think you might have touched on it as well. I think he's going to be a bit more commanding of his penalty area, really. Whereas
he's never let us down in the cup games, and he's a good penalty stopper, like Casper was.
Yeah, exactly. And I think he's obviously, like I say, we all love Casper and for what he's done, and he's rightly going down as a legend for us. But I think I think I agree with you. I do agree with you, mate. I think we got his best years that he'll probably have in his career, and he's won. He won pretty much everything with us, really, didn't he? So,
Yes.
it was right time for us to. I think it's going to work out best for both parties, really. I hope he does well at Nice, and suppose it sort of gives us another team to look at, another foreign team to look at for their results, and hopefully he does well there.
Yeah. And I wouldn't mind moving to the south of France.
It'd be nice, wouldn't it? It'd be nice.
So Leicester, 10 minutes in, Leicester kicking from left to right as we watch it at the moment. I'm not sure what it is on the graphic, and I don't think it will change at half time because of the way the graphics work. But a new graphic for this season.
It looks very good, mate. It looks very good. I was going to say it's brand new, isn't it?
It is, yeah, and hopefully it looks a little bit nicer, a little bit more artwork on there.
Nice, smart.
Oh, another. Oh no, they were just showing that. I nearly did it again. They were just showing
the replay
earlier. Yes, I've been caught out like that before. But yeah, it is a nice one. But for some reason, they won't go into extra time. They don't show the graphics in extra time. Anybody. So, yeah, I do think it looks a little bit nicer than the old one. But I've got the old one as backup just in case. And you've got some figures, stats below there as well with it. But let's have. I mean, where are we? I like it. I like a good stat, don't you?
Indeed, as does Brad.
He's back later with what we're going to do now, just to let people know if they're watching with the post-match show. Is that's going to be 2 hours after kickoff? Sorry, 2 hours after the final whistle, because it gives time for people to get home and when nobody's rushing. Then, so there's always going to be that 2 hour gap. And if it's the night game, we'll probably be doing the post-match the night after.
Is Brad there today?
Sorry?
Is Brad there today?
No, he lives in Manchester, mate.
Oh, does it? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he lives in Manchester.
Oh, good effort.
Doug, thank you very much, mate. Says the graphic looks fab, brilliant. I appreciate that. Just add something to it rather than having two guys sat here talking. Leicester have had nearly 70% possession so far, but we've only both had one shot. Opening games are always very cagey, aren't they?
Yeah, I think it's very rare that you see. I mean, I suppose Spurs yesterday, a bit of an exception. It's very rarely that you see teams just, walk away with the win and can be completely dominant, because obviously both teams' fitness levels are not going to be the greatest. Obviously, the further they get into the season, the more match fit they are. So I think it's probably a case as well that you no matter what, you want to get off to a good start. If you can't win the game, you definitely want to make sure that you don't lose it. So I think the first point or points on the board is massive, really. And I think both of us go into the game today thinking that both teams have got a good chance of winning. So I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a bit of a tight game, to be honest.
Yes. Oh, and another one straight into the arms of Danny Ward. I'm glad he's finally got his chance. He's like I say, he's never let us down, and he's never moaned either, has he? Yeah. Exactly,
mate. He's just sort of got on with it, and for him to be Wales #1 as well, and he's. I mean, I suppose anybody that came at the time were always going to play second fiddle to Casper anyway, but there were times where he could have easily gone, listen, I'm Welsh #1. I'm not playing enough games. I need to be playing games, and it's obviously worked out well for him. He's bided his time and waited, and now he's our new #1. So Stoke is one of them where he sort of hopefully gets off to a really good start.
Yes. And like you say, you can't really read anything into these opening matches. That said, two that spring to mind, Peter Taylor's first few seasons. We lost 5-0 to newly promoted Bolton. And then, of course, as champions, We played newly promoted. Ooh, that was a good cross in there. That was an excellent cross. Dewsbury Hall nearly getting on to the end of it from Castagna. That is what Castagna does well. He gets that cross in, you know.
I'm just seeing it now. Oh, yeah, it's a cracking ball in as well, right into that danger area.
I'm not sure who it touched last, whether it's a corner or a...
I think it is a corner. I think it is. Great ball in.
Yeah, it should be a corner. It was.
Yeah.
That is what Castagna is good at. Yeah, Doug, I agree. It is great. Oh, they're just showing... I think it was Tielemans' shot there that pulled the save. Player went down, but no penalty in the corner, straight into the arms of the goalkeeper for Brentford. So obviously Raya there. Doug also says, watch out for Aaron Hickey for Brentford. He's got a mean left foot. Playing on the right though.
Who's that? Sorry.
Hickey for Brentford.
Is he a new signing for them?
I've no idea, to be honest with you. I hate it when people ask me about other teams' players. I don't give a shit.
I thought he was.
You know, when we go onto a channel and they say, right, we're going to pick our joint 11. Like, no, I'm just picking 11 Leicester players. I don't give a shit about other teams' players. And if they're not sort of well known, then I don't really know them. But man who does always, he says, yes, that Doug, he knows his stuff, does Doug. He signed from Bologna for 12 million. James agrees with him there. So, I mean, we've only played Brentford twice in the Premier League history, which was obviously twice last season. We beat them both times. I think it was 2-1 both times we beat them.
2-1 both times. Because I remember, I'm not. Apart from, because I think Maddison scored the winner at their place, and that were a tap-in, and then we scored 3 absolute worldies past. Remember, Tielemans' off volley, and then Castagna's last season, and Maddison's free kick last season. So we beat, like I say, we beat them, but it weren't. I wouldn't say it really convincingly because of the no goalkeeper in the world stopping. From, if I remember rightly, the goals that we scored. So
even the Brentford guy. Even the Brentford guy said, 3 worldies he remembers from last season. Oh, that didn't work, did it? I was going to bring in the fact that the 2 scores there. Oh, well done, Ward. He got down there.
I think I might be just seeing it now. I don't know.
Apparently, Steve McLaren is back at Man United on the bench. As in, not in a player, obviously.
Replacing Ronaldo.
Yeah, exactly. That was a good breakaway, in fairness, by Brentford, but Ward got down well.
It was. His touch just got away from him. He come out really well.
Yeah.
Brave there. Well done.
I think he needs a good game. Hasn't played any pre-season games because of his injury, but it's nice. He played behind the doors one last week, behind closed doors. I don't know. I can't remember who it was against, but I think he played the full 90 in that. Castagna's coming away again. Short pass to Tielemans. Back to Justin. No, probably back to Fofana, I should say. Tielemans, what's he going to do with this? Tielemans going to tee one up? No, back to Fofana again. We're just taking our time. It looks like a chessboard, the pitch. That's
it.
You've got to say that these groundsmen these days are so good with these pitches. I say, if you ever
it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I watched one of our season reviews the other week. Chance for them or us?
Sorry, Maddison nearly.
Oh yeah, I'm just seeing it now. Oh, that was close. Done well to get in there between 2 defenders. It looked like as well.
Yes.
Good ball in by Tielemans. We look on it, to be honest. I think it's been Brentford they've had a couple of sort of, I wouldn't really call them half chances, but we've I think we've started pretty well, to be honest. We're sort of it's sort of, we're closing down when we need to. I don't think we're just closing down for the sake of it. We're pressing at the right times, taking sort of calculated risks. So it's looking good. Fingers crossed it carries on. Touch wood.
Yeah, I just want to go back and just see if anything comes of this attack. Castagne's down the right again. Then Tielemans, Shrewsbury Hall. Just try and find this comment. Because I was talking about. I don't know if I can find it now. No, I can't. I can't find it. But basically, we were talking about Tielemans, and there's a few sort of. Well, I think Scott said he was surprised Tielemans was playing, but I said we don't play him. It's like cutting our nose off to spite our face, because he's such a good player. And there's going to come a point where, to be honest with you, if he doesn't, there's got to be a point where Leicester say, look, nobody's coming for you. We're not going to replace you now. You're staying. And I don't think he'll throw his toys out the pram. He's always said, it's not the end of the world if I have another season at Leicester. He's not doing a Mahrez. And I said it might be worth Leicester keeping hold of him for another season. Yeah. Because he could be the difference between Europe and not. I think when he is on form, he is our best player. But somebody came in and said, well, no, he's no better. Maddison, Vardy, Fofana are better. Would you agree with that, or would you go with Tielemans?
I wouldn't say. It's hard to sort of chuck Fofana in there because he's a defender, as good as he is, and unless we've said that means who's more important to it. I think with Yuri last season, obviously we all know he weren't at his best, but he's one of them players where he can go unnoticed for so long, and then it's literally a moment of genius, and he's either set up a goal or he scored a goal. So you can never really sort of disregard him throughout, however minutes he plays, be it 9 tests, 6 days, sort of always you sort of always think, it could make something happen. So I agree with you, mate. I'm sort of surprised he started. I thought we might go with, went with Pratt in there just purely for the fact that, all the Tielemans transfer to Arsenal speak, and at one point it sort of looked like it was pretty much going to be a done deal. So whether that happens or not, I'd love him to stay. And whether or not, we say, listen, regardless what's going to happen, you can leave, next season if, you're not happy here, and because obviously he's out of contract next summer, so we'll lose him potentially for nothing. But I agree with you, mate. I'd rather sort of take the risk and keep him, because on his day, he is a massive player for us. He really is.
He had to play more defense. If he'd have played the role that he was playing last season in the FA Cup, as I always say many, many times, he wouldn't have got the goal. He was asked to play a more defensive role, which is not his natural game. And I think if he stays as well, maybe sign a year's extension just to help us with sort of financial ways. But, if he does stay that extra season, we have a good season, he's played more in his normal role, there may be more teams coming in for him. David says, indeed, he touched letting him down a little. Well, I mean, that's the first game he's played in. Good ball over the top there.
That's a great ball.
He couldn't quite control it. But yeah, he's a bit... I think he's a bit rusty, in fairness. Has Leicester got a player in line if Tielemans leaves? Pratt, to be honest with you, Pratt has said he'll stay, and he's looked good in early season. Yeah. And I love Pratt, and he's obviously ironed his problems out with Brendan Rodgers.
I thought I agree with you, mate. Pre-season, I thought he looked fantastic. Really did. It was sort of like a new signing, I guess, because obviously they'd been away on loan last season. He came back,
and they wanted him
really
back.
Impressed.
I just thought he'd either go back. I know we wanted to sell, but if Rodgers is going to use him more, and I think Rodgers has got to start looking. There wasn't much team rotation last season, for the cups and things like that. Mind you, we said that we had a lot of injuries, so we didn't have a lot of players to rotate. But let's say we have a good run in the cup and Pratt is in there for that squad. that, I like Pratt. I want him to stay. I really, really do. There is another player that we've been linked with from France, I believe it is. But we've got no money apparently. We've still crossing. Fafana back in. Now the keeper's going to get it. I don't know who he is, but we have been linked with him. Monaco star. He's a Monaco star. Apparently, we are stepping up the chase for 10 million Monaco star amongst swap. Yeah.
See, that's the thing. Like, I mean, I think it's well known amongst our fans that money-wise, we will have money to spend. I think it's a case of, like you say, it's the wages. We've got that many. To put it nicely, to be honest with you, we've got quite a few bang average players on really good wages, and we cannot shift them because nobody's going to pay nobody's going to match what we pay them. So we shot ourselves in the foot there, really. And another thing that backs up, because loads of people have been taking the piss. Loads of people have been taking the piss all week, saying, "Oh, you got no money, you got no fun stuff." I was like, well, if we were that desperate for money, we'd have sold Maddison for 40 million. We'd have accepted the 70-odd million for Fafana. Why would we turn them down if we've got no money? So
we'd have accepted whatever we could get for Vestergaard.
Exactly, yeah. We still turned down the fact. Did they come back in yesterday with a bid or something?
Allegedly so, yeah. And apparently the Monaco swap could be the Monaco deal for the player could include a swap for Samari. So we were waiting. The thing is, as well, it's now 26, but we had 27 players in our squad. We're only allowed to name 25.
Yeah.
So we had last season. We had Mendy on the books for 6 months, paying him, and he couldn't even play for us.
Yeah, exactly.
So okay, maybe FA Cup he could, but Oh no, you're taking off his feet, Vardy. What are you doing? Oh. Not long off the half-hour mark coming up. And I just think if we were, we've no point in buying players. Not that we can't afford them. I mean, I was on a chat with a Wolves fan, and he kept insisting that we were broke and all this, that, and the other. But we're not broke. We are being very careful with our money. We look at Barcelona, for God's sake, they're buying all these players.
Exactly.
They can't even play them because they can't register them. Yeah,
that's it, mate. And I think, there's obviously talk going around that FFP is going to be a lot more strict. And
Man City got rid of a load of players, haven't they? I think because of that.
And the thing is, like, if we have a good season this season coming up, and you sort of get to next pre-season, and we're in a better position, sort of wage wise and money wise, and because no matter what happens, I think there's going to be quite a few players leaving. You bring new players, and then you're in, like you say, a better position financially, and then FFP don't really sort of come knocking on your door, I guess. Whereas I think you look at the likes of Forest spending mega money, and I think Forest will have a decent season. I know they didn't look very good yesterday, but if that doesn't work out for them, they are in the shit massive.
Yeah, and I think as well we've got to look at, and I was talking to a Leeds fan, do we want to be Leeds United? And that is, do we want to gamble?
Yeah, exactly.
Leeds gambled. We all know where. They were in the semi-final of the Champions League. They were top 2 or 3 in the league. David O'Leary in charge, whoever it was the director, and they gambled. They gambled on getting into Europe. They didn't, and that was where their trouble started. They gambled that money, and I'd sooner finish mid-table and still have a club than be in the position where we are selling to try and survive. We get relegated and we go back to the dark days, and we follow Leeds' example. So I'd sooner have sensible owners than gambling owners.
That's the thing, mate. And you know what? I think it's going to be this season. I think it's a good chance to bring a lot more youth players in. I think we've got, some of the players that we've seen in pre-season. is it the lad who starts right mid? Is his name Callum Wright or something? I thought he looked really good.
He got a goal for us, didn't he?
Yeah. You know, we've got the likes of the young lad Will Alves. He come on against Watford last season in the cup. He looked good when he came on. I know it's going to take him a long time to sort of get used to the pace of Premier League football, but it's a chance for him. And I guess, you know, with the 5 sub rule this season, it gives us a good chance to, you know, bed them in, bring them on in games with, you know, 10, 15 to go for winning, or you know, just try different things. So it's going to be interesting, mate. It really is. I think, you know, now we've kicked off, and I think we've started fairly well, to be honest.
Well, just looking, we're up to 30 minutes, so half an hour gone. 62% possession to us, 3 shots versus 1 to us. It has been all Leicester. We have been the better team. And Fofana's breaking with a big run forward here, out to Castagna, who had to come back to Fofana. What we're going to see at the end of this, Fofana and Castagna playing passing. And then it comes over to the momentum has been lost. The momentum has been lost, it's fair to say. But Maddison with a long, a long shot there, but it was quick telephone call to the space station saying, "Can we have a ball back, please?" Doug's just said Brighton have gone 1-0 up. Whoa!
Oh dear.
Bad luck, Man United. Well, in fairness to Man United, they made some good signings. I don't know why they're going after De Jong, because he obviously doesn't want to go there. You know,
yeah, exactly, mate.
It's a joke that they're trying to buy a player that doesn't want them. Again, Barcelona won't pay off the money they owe him because they can't, so he won't go anywhere.
Exactly.
And, I think they've got a good manager in, but I think it's going to take them a season or two to get back to it's a goal! It's a goal!
Who is it? Please be Maddison, because he's in my fantasy Premier League team. Well, it's just got out for a corner.
Yeah, I'm a bit behind as well.
I don't want to look. I don't want to look at the stats Leicester because I want it to be a surprise.
It's coming up. Break down the far side. But it's a corner.
I might be ahead of you now.
I'm on 32.06.
Oh no, you're not. You're ahead of me. Vardy's just on the screen now. I'm still trying to avoid the stat screen.
Yes. I'm gonna go.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it's Castagna. Yeah, what a goal!
Go on, the boys. Go on.
Go on, 1-0.
Cracking header. What a header that is. That's brilliant.
Yes. That was a great goal. Here we go. Diddy Dan's here.
Go on.
Yes. 1-0. Oh no! Oh, that's corner kicks.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Yeah. Yeah. What a header from Castagna! What a header!
Brilliant! It's a brilliant corner in.
Yeah, I mean,
brilliant.
I tell you what, should we ask Martin Tyler what he thinks?
Go on.
1-0. I mean, like you say, no more than we deserve.
Definitely, mate. Again, you know, Brentford, they've looked, quite good with the little sort of half-quarter chances they've had, but you know, we've been the better team, and we're sort of, even last season, obviously we were conceding a lot from set pieces, but we weren't. We were conceding a lot from corners, and we were never threatening with our own corners. So it's good to see that, and first goal this season for us is, it's unreal that it was actually come from a corner, and it was a great ball in.
Don't jinx it.
Yeah, I know.
But no, we definitely deserve that.
Yeah, brilliant header, really good. Peeled away from his man really well.
Yeah. That was like the Leicester of old, wasn't it? What we say is pre-injury Leicester. Let's say that, shall we?
I think it was the pace. I mean, the pace of the corner definitely helped as well, because literally all Castagna do was all he had to do was meet it, little flick on it, and it was straight in. It was really well worked goal. It's been a bit of a pre-season of doom and gloom, but what a positive that is.
Oh, definitely. Oh. If we can get another 2, we'll be top of the league.
Yeah. I'll take. Oh, well, bloody hell, at the minute, I'll take the 1, mate. I'll take the 1 and 3 points. Anything can happen over 90 minutes. I hate to say, we could go on to draw, could go on to lose, but it's good to see from the opening 35 minutes, all the players look up for it as well. They could have easily sort of gone in the shell a bit with the summer that's happened, but they've come out and they're playing with a lot of purpose as well, which is good to see.
Yes. Oh. It's amazing. It's amazing what a goal can do for you, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah, definitely. Because I mean, we know full well that Brentford they could be a difficult team to break down. So hopefully, this was going to open them up a bit more than anything, and they're sort of going to, especially like say, if it's still 1-0 in the last half hour, 25 minutes, they're really going to have to come at us, and then hopefully that's when you think our counter-attacking football can really work for us. So
yes. Who's impressed you so far in the Leicester team?
You know what? I'm going to sound like probably such a dib here, and I think Danny Ward's impressed me. I know he's not done a lot. He's had a shot straight at him. He come out and was it Ivan Toney that was sort of clean through.
Yeah.
But they're the sort of, there's going to be a lot of eyes on Danny Ward, and they're the sort of situations where he could have easily made a mistake or panicked. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But he's dealt with it well. Because I mean, Castagna, I know he's scored, but he's getting forward and getting back really well. He looks dangerous, especially like you say. He's already put in a dangerous ball before he scored his goal that like you say, Kieran and Dewsbury all nearly met. Maddison looks sharp again. I think everybody's done really well, to be honest, so far. Everybody has done really well. We look a threat going forward. We're trying to. It looks like we're trying to get the ball forward a lot more quicker than what we were used to, rather than sort of dilly-dallying around with it at the back all the time. So, which is good to see. I think everybody may. Everybody.
It'd be interesting to see, and if you can watch this for me, it'd be interesting to see when Ward. He hasn't had much to do, but like you say, that's the sign of a good goalkeeper, that when they have got something to do, they do it. But just watch to see if he actually throws the ball out, to a defender, or whether he actually boots it. Because I'm wondering whether the fact that Schmeichel's kicks usually 9 times out of 10 went out of play, that's why we were playing it out from the back, possibly. But great news. I mean, 1-0 coming up. Let's. We know Leicester are always vulnerable just before half time. But let's surprise. Let's surprise ourselves and hold on to it, shall we?
But, we're playing a bit of a higher line as well, which is good to see. I suppose when you're playing 3 at the back, you can afford to do that, because obviously if somebody can drop a bit deeper as sort of sweeper, but at least if you're pressing, you get your back line a bit higher. You don't mind them, passing the ball side to side, because at least you're at least hitting the halfway line, and you're in a sort of more dangerous position rather than if you sat on your own 18-yard box. So it's really it's. I know it's early days, but it's promising. It's promising signs, mate. Because again, this is a game where, like I said earlier, Brentford are a really tricky team, and it still could go either way. But we've started really well, which is really good.
Oh, Maddison takes a shot on the volley there from across, but he goes straight into Raya's arms. So unlucky there for Maddison. Not afraid to take the shots. That's what I like to see.
Yeah, exactly. All that is a good effort. He's done.
Look at that. Yeah, kept his eyes on the ball. Power.
Really good build-up play there as well.
Yes.
Lovely build-up play.
Yes.
Yeah, eyes on it all the time. He's done really well to connect with that.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that got me was last season, we didn't look like we were playing well. Where this season, this first 40 minutes, it does look like we're playing well.
Definitely, mate. Yeah. I mean, there were no end of times, like you say, last season where you do watch-alongs and I'd come on and the game sort of just passed you by, really, because you thought, well, there's not a lot really happening. To be honest, is there? I mean, it's going to be interesting to see, like you say, when the likes of Barnes and that come back, because if with this sort of 3-5-2, 3-5, whatever, playing three at the back with wing backs, if it carries on working, then because Castagna, I know it's a position that he played at Atalanta quite a lot, to be honest, and like you say, he could play right or left, and we know Justin can play either side as well. So
yes,
it's going to be interesting to see how it develops.
For me, it's not the be-all and end-all, say, because it is the first game of the season, but we have, after this, we've got Arsenal away.
Yeah, tough games, mate.
That hopefully shouldn't be too hard, but then we've got away to Chelsea and home to Man United. Yeah,
it's tricky.
Which on paper, it'd be nice to get sort of 3 points on the board, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I'm glad you brought that up, because I was going to say that. I was going to bring that up at some point during the watch along, mate. I think getting 3 points today, as you say, it would be massive for us, because Arsenal next week, they are watching them on Friday. They played really, really well. They're going to be really tricky this season.
Shot from Tielemans there to the post.
Oh.
Oh, we have another shot. No, they're getting the defenders behind it. Is it going to go out for a corner? Yes, it is. Sorry to interrupt you there.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
Again,
I think I'm just going to see that now. Good work by Maddison.
On Tielemans.
Oh, he's so unlucky. Really unlucky.
Look at his face. If anybody says to me that, okay, maybe he's asking for a move, but if anybody says to me he's not bothered, then you're lying.
Yeah.
You are totally lying.
Great effort. It was a great effort, that.
Yes. It was. Did the goalkeeper get fingers to it?
So unlucky. So unlucky. I can't remember what I was saying.
No, he didn't get. I don't think he got.
No, he didn't.
No. Well, nice work from Tielemans there. Brighton are 2-0 up, apparently.
Oh my God!
So maybe I should take Man United off that list when I say it's going to be a difficult game.
Oh yeah, you know what? I know we take the piss and we laugh, but they'll be all right. United, they'll be fine. It's just like you say. I think, like you were saying earlier, they brought in a good manager, Ten Hag. He knows what he's doing. It just. I suppose when a new manager comes in, it could take a while for their ideas to come across, but if that result stays that way, it's definitely surprised me, because I had United down as pretty much certs to win today.
Yeah. Anthony, Arsenal fan, be a good game next week. Anthony, I know we said about having you on for the preview. I might have to sort of just thank you and let you down. I'm hoping Lee Judges might be coming on for that from Arsenal Fan TV. So as you can understand, he's he's Arsenal Fan TV, saying no more. So understand if you bear with me on that one, Anthony. But this is Lee Judges. He may not turn up, so who knows? But that'd be quite good if we get him on. And like I say, if you've got something to do of a Sunday evening when we watch the post-match show with us, tune into the Brian Little interview. Our playoff manager, the Swindon 4-3 and the silence of the Rams. What a time it was for Leicester.
Indeed.
Have you got a radio or something on, or is it the sound from your screen?
It might be the sound from a screen, mate. I've just turned it all the way. I've just turned it all the way down. I don't want to get you copyrighted or anything like that.
No, I don't. We couldn't make out what it was, but I could just hear something, mumbling in the background.
Yeah,
I don't know whether it was that or whether it was a Man United fan mumbling.
No United fans in this house, mate.
When they moan, you can hear them from Manchester, can't you?
Yeah.
Right, having said that, how many Manchester United fans are in Manchester?
Well, my father-in-law's a United fan. He's had a season ticket for years, and he don't really get to that many games, to be honest. But he said it's the worst United team he's seen in his life, and
Yes.
it must be sort of a strange time, because obviously as a kid growing up, United were one of the teams where you look at them and you think, God, when Leicester played them, you're lucky to get away with either a 2 or 3-0 defeat. If you got a point against them, it were a miracle. But
yes,
it's strange to see how the tables sort of turn nowadays. It's really odd.
It is half time. It is
great half. Really impressed. Brilliant.
Yeah, it was a great half. 1-0 to Leicester at half time. As I'm sure you can imagine, it at half time when we need a bit of a water in the plants, dropping the kids off at the pools moment. So we will be back in a few minutes, and Brad and me will look back and get also while we're gone away. Please put your thoughts in about what you thought about the first half as well. But we will be back.
Premier League is back, and we've got it all covered here on Leicester Till I Die TV. Subscribe.
Till I Die Watchalong show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
Welcome back. Leicester City 1, Brentford 0. Great scoreline. I think even more important than that is the fact that there's a great performance from the guys. I mean, Josh has just gone. I'm sure he'll be back soon. I think he's lost his connection. But let's have a look and see at those stats. You know, I like a good stat when I do. 62% possession to Leicester, 8 shots compared to Brentford's 2, 3 shots on target compared to Brentford's 1. We were in control. Let's put it that way. We were in control. And that's what we're like. This was the Leicester that we saw at the end of last season, you know, for those last few games against Southampton, against Watford, against Chelsea. We were playing well because, I mean, basically, apart from Ricardo and Barnes, this is the team. This is probably our first choice team, to be honest with you. 1-0, and I am very, very, very happy. It's half time. I've gone for a 2-1 to Leicester. Maybe we won't be conceding as many goals this season, so I've gone to 2-1. Ravi's in. Yo, Ravi, how are you? Big up to you as well. Hope you are okay. Jeff from the Philippines, great half, more the same for the second half. Yes, indeedy. And Scott says here, what a really good performance for fans after the corners. Ward, hopefully more noise from the fans. We haven't got the clappers. I know I can't have the sound on the telly for obvious reasons, so I'm not sure whether we are less noisy with the clappers or more noisy with the clappers. Has it made any difference not having the clappers? And my stream has just gone down, which is absolutely fan-dabby-dozy, as Nicola Sturgeon would say. So I've gone 2-1. What are you guys going? Let's have a look. We have got a poll going on here. So we've had 39 votes, so they've still got votes. You can still do it. I haven't finished the poll yet. 77% think Leicester will win, 13% says a draw, and 10% says Brentford. And they said Bradford then, Brentford. 77% of you think Leicester will win, 13 draw, 10% go for Brentford. We will be closing that just when we go into the second half. So if you haven't voted yet and you still want to, please do. And don't forget, subscribe if you can. We would love you forever and a day. Leicester LTIDtv. And if you haven't smashed the likes, 15 of you have, which I really do appreciate. But please, please smash those likes. It does help with the old YouTube algorithms. Scott says here, I think it's made a positive difference, to be fair, in regards to fans being more vocal. Possibly, yeah. Good point there, Scott. You know, are fans going to be more vocal because they haven't got the clappers to use? I personally like the clappers. I still sang, but, you know, each to their own. You know, we've had them now for quite a few seasons. Started, obviously, in the Great Escape season, 14-15. So, not everybody liked them, so maybe let's have a bit of time without them. Then it's all very fair. And as Scott says there, please do, guys, make sure you like and subscribe to this channel and video. I've been impressed with Castagna. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to say he's the man of the match. And we do actually have, he's back this season, Alan Bennett. He will be choosing Leicester City's man of the match. He won't be rating the team and the manager now. He's just going to pick the Leicester Till I Die, Leicester City player of the match. So we'll find out. And he's always at the matches. So he sees it live, if you like. I was hoping to have somebody coming on to sort of talk about the game, but I know signal is bad at the stadium. Excuse me, I can never get one. But let's just have a look at what is happening elsewhere. At halftime, it's Man United 0, Brighton 2. I mean, I'm starting to feel sorry for Manchester United. I know what, but I seriously am. As it stands, Leicester are in 8th place. Man United are in the relegation zone. I think that's gonna be a few memes, isn't it? And a few people using clip art on that. Man United, Nottingham Forest, and Southampton are in the relegation zone, albeit at the moment, obviously on alphabetical order. Scott says, so far a humble pie with Tielemans. Hope this is him stating he's staying after today. Like I say, it's going to be one of the three things. Scott, he'll go. We won't let him go and lose him in a year's time for nothing. But he gets us in. Hopefully, gets us into Europe, or he signs a new contract, maybe a 1-year extension. Who knows? Contracts are not worth the paper they're written on. Look at Fofana. He's 3 months ago, he signed a 5-year contract. Now he's dropping hints that he wants to move. They're not worth the paper they're written on. He could easily, it is so easy for him to do what Maguire did, which was basically sign a new contract so that us as a club, we're not going to lose 40 million or anything on him that we paid for him. But if a club comes in with a certain price, they will go. He can talk to them. Or if a club, maybe that's in the European competition, whatever that competition is, comes in for him, he will go. That's so easy. You could sign that, and in the meantime, get a little bit of a little wage rise. I've respect for Harry Maguire for doing that. I really have, and I just wish Tielemans would as well. But let's get him back in. He's managed to get his stream up and running again, which is more than I have. At least we are not in as bad a situation as Man United. They're the stupidest owners in the entire EPL. You've got to question them, haven't you? You have to question them. So, like I say, we're not that bad financially. We've just got to be careful with the purse strings. We don't want to end up being another Leeds or Barcelona. Welcome back, Brad.
Brad,
Josh, sorry. You've been called worse. Come on, Tyson.
I'll take that. He's a good-looking chap, is our Brad. He's got more hair than he's got a lot more hair than I have. He's got a lot more hair than me, but
he's got a lot more hair than you and me put together. I'll tell you. I've lost my stream, so while I'm just trying to get that up and running, talk us through the first half.
Like we were saying, mate, I think really, really impressed with how we played. As I said, after about 35, 40 minutes, we could have easily sort of felt a bit sorry for ourselves with the way pre-season's gone with, no signings at all and not many outgoings and such. But we've come out with real purpose. I think the build-up play has been really good. We seem to be committing a lot more men forward now than sort of attacking than what we used to. We're taking a bit more chances. Again, it's just all about calculated risk, mate. I think, we know as a club, when the media's against us or when people write us off, that's when we're at our best. We can come out and we can give anybody a game. And it's been a really good start. You sort of open.
Hang on, I didn't even know we'd kicked off.
I didn't. We've just scored by the looks of your stat screen as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Go on, the boys.
I have not got the leader. It's still showing adverts on the TV.
Yeah, they're literally just kicking off on mine now. Well, I'm stunned, mate. Obviously, I was literally just going to say, I hope we don't sort of sit back and, you know, we go for the jugular a bit and we don't sit back and invite them on. But obviously, by the looks of that, it's not. That's not the case at all. Just kicking off now. Back to Johnny Evans, plays it out to Fofana. Indeed, Fofana. It looks like it's pretty much straight from kickoff. This is brilliant build-up play. Lovely one-touch passing. Good ball through. Defender. What a fucking... I'm sorry. What's the language? What a guy. It's Dewsbury Hall from about... He must be about 25 yards out. What a strike that is. I can't tell if it's took a deflection or not. But the build-up plays phenomenal, mate. Sort of lovely one-touch passing. It looks like Mees tried to clear it. It's sort of deflected off him. Come out to Dewsbury Hall. I'm just waiting for the replay now, mate. I don't know if he's took one touch and then just lashed it. Great strike. Absolutely brilliant strike. I'm just watching it again now, mate.
Well, on one stream, I'm still in the tunnel. And on the other stream, I haven't...
It's come out to him now. I think Maddison lays it off to him. I'm not sure if it takes a deflection or not. No, Vardy lays it off to him. He's hit it. Oh, no, it goes in off the post. What a goal that is. What a goal. What a strike.
Well, let's celebrate it, even though I've not seen it. Oh, I mean, I like I say, I can't see a bloody thing here. And, my internet stream has frozen.
Wait till you see it, mate. Wait till you see it. It's a low-driven shot in off the post. Keeper's got absolutely no chance with that.
Let's have a look. It says stream offline. Good God.
You know what, mate? Again, the goal, the way he's hit it is fantastic. He's hit it so cleanly. But what's more impressive to me is the build-up, the build-up play in the goal. Some of the one-touch passing, and it was fantastic. And the movement of the players, they were sort of making space for each other, and it were unbelievable. Really well-worked team goal. And then the effort from Dewsbury was just absolutely phenomenal. Really is.
Well, I'll have to take your word for it, mate, because I still can't see it. But it's 2-0 to Leicester.
That'll be the strike. The goal will definitely be on goal of the month contender, without doubt. For the strike alone, as I say, and then the build-up play is really good. What a start! Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Makes you feel a bit more at ease. I know, they say 2-0 is one of the worst scorelines in football, don't they? But
I don't actually get that.
I think it's a case of, if Brentford were to get a goal back now and you think, God, we were 2-0 up in, a lot of people say with a 2-0 scoreline.
It's popped back up. They're just congratulating. I'm way behind, but for once, I'm actually pleased. They are just congratulating Dewsbury Hall. Tielemans is smiling. Dewsbury Hall is nodding away. Fofana is smiling. They're all queuing up. Let's have a look at it.
Wait till you see it. Brilliant.
So we're playing from right to left. It's down the far side. Oh, they miss. Oh, wow.
Great goal, weren't it?
Wow, yes. I mean, he got the ball and he just hit it first time in off the post. I mean, we saw Tielemans was unlucky earlier. It was just, it was a daisy cutter, but it was perfect, really. I mean, I to hit the post, don't get me wrong.
Effort from Tielemans.
I mean, I don't care if it's gone down again. Who cares? I've seen it. Leicester City 2. James is back. Just noticed it's 2-0 now and business as usual at Man United. It looks like it does, and it looks like it's business as usual back at the KP. Maybe
crossed.
it's time not to be so miserable. Let's have a word with Victor. See what Victor says.
I don't believe it.
Well, you better, Victor. You better, because it's happening. Oh, I've frozen again. Who cares?
On your stat screen, did you say we're still playing from right to left? It don't change, does it?
It doesn't change, no.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you watching the one that we usually watch?
No, I'm on a different one.
Ah,
yeah.
That would explain it.
Yeah, it's completely legal and above board. I think obviously delighted to be winning, but I think the performance more than anything's really pleasing to see. We are playing really, really well, and as you touched on earlier, first game of the season, they are usually cagey affairs, and you can be a bit tentative, and your passing can go astray, and whatever. But we've looked really impressive, and I'm really pleased.
We're playing. I mean, dare I say, like the old Leicester. We really, really are.
Well out, Ward. You just don't want to nothing sloppy now. Just don't take any bloody stupid risks at the back, and we'll put ourselves in a good position. And hopefully we could go on to get a third, maybe a fourth. I don't want to jinx it for us, but the way we're going and the way we're playing, you sort of think, well, why not?
Yes.
Clean sheet today would be massive as well. Really would.
Yes, definitely would. Especially for Danny Ward.
Definitely, yeah. Sort of, there's always going to be question marks now about him coming in and taking over Casper, and it's been said, the big boots to fill really from what he's done for the club. So if he could get off to a good start, clean sheet, then it'd be what better way to start?
Hey,
I'm back. Make you start really. You're back now.
I'm back, lads. I'm back. Oh, we're 2-0 up. I am back.
What minute are you on?
Oh, that was unlucky. I'm on 52:01 though. I'm probably miles behind you now.
Yeah, I'm on 52:35.
I'm about 30 seconds behind you, so it's not too bad. And just as one comes back, so does the other one. You just know it. Oh, yeah. But no, what Jeff said that he thought the graphic was from the first half. Well, I did. I think what's happened? It must have frozen. It says goal. What a great time to get a goal, though.
Definitely. Really, again, I was literally saying just before seeing that we'd scored, you sort of hope that we don't sit back too much and invite pressure on, and we know that Brentford could be dangerous on the attack. But yeah, to score straight after half time when sort of they'd have been coming out, wanting to get off to a flying start and going at us. So hopefully it just puts a bit of a dent in their beliefs of getting anything from the game, really. So it was a cracking time to score.
Yes, great. Bad time to concede.
Yeah,
great time to score.
Indeed.
But
chance for Brentford there. Bit of a sloppy pass. Was it from Amati or no? It was for Fafana, I think. But Mbeumo.
He's had a bit of a quiet game, I think, Amati. But again, he's done what he's had to do, hasn't he?
Yeah, exactly, mate. Again, he's a player where I think at the start of pre-season, you'd probably think, well, maybe we're looking to let him go and sort of move him on. But again, he sticks around, and he never really. I don't really think he ever has an awful game, really. You know, I think there's times where you don't even remember he's playing, but that can only be a good thing if you're a defender, really.
Yes, and I think last season was the making of him.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, he'd got a bit of a dodgy reputation. Brentford are considering making a couple of substitutions. My God, they've got bright warm-up shirts. We're still waiting for our second shirt to come out, but our third shirt is out.
What do you think to the third kit?
Well, I was shown it online by Louise when I was doing one of the Women's Euros watch-alongs. And as she held sort of the phone up to the screen like that, I kind of sort of went, oh, no, don't think I like that. And she agreed. But when I actually saw it, and I'm really annoyed because I'm going to have to go and buy it, and I can't afford it. And I do actually love it because it's like a goldy colour. And the purple obviously hints back to the FA Cup, so with the stripe. So, but I think the second strip is going to be like black and green, which will be nice as well.
Yeah. So
it's a case of I want to wait and see what that is, and then maybe I'll probably end up getting all three. I always bloody do, you know.
I remember you saying about the second kit being the black and green colour. I've seen like sort of leaked photos and sort of mock-up images of what it looks like, and it does look really nice.
I never trusted these leaked pictures, but they have been right. They were right with the gold. They were right with the pink and whatever. So yes, you know, it's sometimes I do wonder if the club actually does leak it on purpose just to see what fans' reaction is.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe,
surprise me. That wouldn't surprise me. But thank you if you have subscribed. As James said there, please do subscribe to the channel and smash those likes if you haven't. I know a few of you newbies have actually subscribed during the show, so thank you so very much for that. Let's have a look and see what we are doing. They're making some substitutions now. Southampton.
Brentford.
Brentford, sorry. It's the red and white stripes. You know.
It is.
I'm going to stop drinking gin during the day. It doesn't work. They've come back a bit more into the game with possession, Brentford, but
looks like they've settled a bit.
Yeah, they've only had 3 shots to our 10. So, I mean, there's no point coming back into the game when you're 2-0 down. It's a bit...
can be a bit too late, but again, it's still early days. What we've still got about, altogether including added time, about 35, 40 odd minutes, something like that. So,
yeah.
I'd just like to see us more controlling games better this season, and bit more game management. I think at times last season we were a bit too honest, as daft as it sounds. You know, we weren't sort of committing the sort of tactical fouls where teams are breaking away, and you think, well, just take one for the team and get a potential booking, but you could stop a potential goal there. Really, I'd like to be a bit more streetwise, as they say.
Yeah. Oh, Leicester. Couple of defenders there couldn't work out. I think it was a Martin Evans who would be best going for it. It looks to be a full house as far as I can see.
Who are your picks to go down?
Well, the funny thing is, I did a show a long time ago, and I thought this is too early to be doing it. And then I did my own the other week with Sports, Josh, another Josh actually. And I've got Leeds to go be 20th.
Yeah.
Bournemouth, and if this didn't do that yesterday, they buggered me up. Bournemouth to be 19th. And Southampton to be 18th. I think it's the season for Southampton to go. What about yourself?
I've gone for... in no order really, because I think it might be a bit close this season. I don't think anybody's really going to drop off the likes of we seen Norwich did last season. I've gone for Bournemouth, Southampton, and who were the other team? I think I might have gone for Everton.
Yeah. But again, they had a good game yesterday.
The
result wasn't in their favour, but they played some really good football.
Yeah, and I think that was when I sort of thought, well, maybe not Everton, but they're my three. They're my three picks to go down. I know a lot of pundits and a lot of Art fans obviously are saying Forest, but I think Forest will come good. Yesterday, from what I've seen, they weren't great, but they made a lot of new signings and they've had to really, because obviously they lost a lot of loan players from last season. But I think once they gel, I think they'll do all right. Forest will.
Yeah, I think I've got them up. I think about 16th, 15th, 16th. I've got them as much as I'd love to. Of course, James, the Everton fan.
Yeah, I do apologise. Sorry, mate. Sorry.
Hey, we all upset. So I've upset so many Leeds fans. I said Leeds would be bottom. I just don't like the fact that I don't think Ted Lasso in the charge, whatever he's called, Jesse March is going to be any good as a manager. But we'll see. For those of you that watch Ted Lasso, you'll know what I'm on about.
Oh, don't look at your stat screen, Chris.
Oh.
Oh, shit. Never easy.
Yeah.
I know. They've been coming back into it pretty well.
So I predicted 2-1. So as long as it stays now, stop the count. Stop the count.
Yeah. Hopefully there might be a call for VAR. Who knows?
Well, we can but hope. No, it looks like it's played.
No. Yeah.
Oh. I really wasn't expecting that.
No.
No one expects a Spanish Inquisition.
That made me jump.
Sorry, mate.
Ivan Toney gets the wrong side of Amati and then just whacks it in from about 6 yards out or so.
Oh, God.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
I still haven't seen the goal yet. I'm guessing it's coming up with this.
It's from our throw-in as well.
Yeah.
Amati, a bit soft in the middle there from Maddison, it looks like. Good ball in. Yeah, he's onside. Marty's playing him on. Ward, no chance at all.
No. Well, I mean, you could have put 100 quid on it being 2-1, couldn't you?
Amati, maybe. I mean, it looked like we sort of tried to play a bit of a higher line, and he's well behind, isn't he, there, really? But
yeah.
Nervy last half hour or so, Chris, but it always is, isn't it, I guess? It's never easy.
And just looking at it now, I mean, did Amati do a lot wrong?
Maybe not. I mean, he
was on Tony's back, wasn't he?
Yeah.
You could argue that maybe he should have been in front rather than behind. Ward, no chance with that.
Oh, it's nerves. Oh, God. Told you 2-0, Chris. Horrible scoreline, 2-0. And there's such a long way to go as well.
Yeah. And it's Leicester.
Yeah.
This is Leicester all over, isn't it? Let's just hope we stay calm. I don't want us to panic.
Yeah, exactly.
The best teams don't panic when they concede a goal. Sometimes you go up and you can get one straight back, but I'd imagine that's quieting the crowd a little bit. They're making another substitution by the look of it, Brentford.
Be interested to hear how The singing section's gone full time now, isn't it, at the ground? So hopefully, they make the atmosphere a bit better.
Yeah, I mean, I've never. Oh, they're coming away again. But, oh well, yeah, straight to a Leicester player. Yeah, the singing section. I mean, I always feel that should have been decided before you bought your season tickets at the new stadium. Really. You know, fans group or something should have maybe got together and said, right, lads, where are all the singers going to be sat? You know.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But anyway, we have it now. And it does annoy me. Like I say, I'm prepared to sort of say I like the clappers, but I'm prepared to say if we have a season without it, I'm not going to sort of lose any sleep or anything. But these people that complain because you go to a match and don't sing. I'm sorry, where does it say on my ticket that I have to go to a match?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know what you mean. I understand what you're saying, definitely.
Oh, dodgy ball from Amati there. That was a bit of a risk across the back. He got away with it, though. Oof. Vardy needs to get into the game a bit more.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. Dak has just come up on my screen. Looks like he's warming up. Vardy has been very quiet. He's not really had many chances to get into the game, but I understand what you're saying totally, and I agree 100%. He's been really quiet.
He's got to be, obviously, he's a striker, and he's not going to sort of do well without, the service, obviously. But having him on the pitch obviously always does keep, a defender or two occupied.
Yeah.
But this is given away now. Come on, Leicester. Let's get back into the game. Come on. Oh, Dewsbury Hall. No, it was a free. Yes, it's a free kick. Is it a booking? Did I see the referee? I think he was going for his paint. He was going for his shaving foam, I think. Hasn't been a dirty game, has it?
No, and you know what? I think the refs let a lot go as well, which is good to see. Is it the post? Fofana from the free kick.
Oh, wow.
Header. I think they were saying in the Arsenal game, I think the referees have been told to let a lot more go, rather than try and keep the game flowing a bit more. So yes. I think we'll see fouls from this season that had been given last season.
Wow, we did. Sorry, mate. Yeah. Yes, he did. Yeah. Oh.
I think they're just going to let the game carry on, really, which would be good because it just makes it good. Obviously, you don't want to start game anyway, and it makes the game flow a bit more.
I noticed in the Chelsea game, the referee was really clamping down on time wasting.
Yeah. Again, which is good. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. They've been told there's a booking, at least one booking, I think, for time wasting, and it was about half an hour to go. Yeah, and that's good because they were saying on average, I think it was 60 minutes. We see 60 minutes of play in a 90-minute game.
It's crazy, isn't it?
A bit silly, yeah.
It's mad.
Like you say, it's not a case of pulling everything up, and keep stopping the game, and it's not a case of I mean, the players have got to take some responsibility and stop trying to fool the referee.
Definitely. I mean, sometimes you look at them you think when a player scores a goal and he knows he's miles offside and he runs off, celebrates, and you think, well, VAR is going to catch you out, so what's the point? Do you know what I mean? And I agree, mate. I agree. I
still think they should be able to watch the VAR because they obviously do watch it to see how the referee and what have you afterwards. But I think they should watch it and give retrospective yellow and reds for diving and misleading. So I tell you what, the managers would soon be on the players' back to cut it out. Then,
yeah, exactly. And you'd see a lot better football and a lot more free-flowing football, and the games, like you say, we all want to watch fast-paced football anyway. You don't want to see Pratt's diving around and all sorts because it puts you off.
I mean, that's what, in fairness, I mean, I watched the Women's Euros. I think I did about 95% of the games as watch-alongs. And there was none of that. The men could take a big look at the Women's Euros and see how they played. That said, this hasn't been a dirty game at all.
No, it's not. I mean, there's been any bookings yet? We had any bookings?
I don't think we have.
No, I don't think there is on both sides, is there? So, been played in good spirits, as they say, Chris.
Indeed, football's the winner.
Yeah.
We hope it will be Leicester. And the referee is Jared Gillett. Is he a new one? Because there's about 3 or 4 new ones, isn't there?
I think he might be. I didn't hear from him. I didn't hear of him last season, but I think he's had a great game so far. You know, like I say, he's let a lot go. None of the players have really moaned at him for decisions he's made, which is a good sign. You know, so he's had a really good game.
We've not
exactly, yeah. And there you go.
Yes,
there you go. And it's silence speaks volumes, doesn't it, Chris? I guess.
It does. It does. Watford. What am I saying? Brentford are through here. Bloody hell, with Southampton and Watford, what have you? I'm like, and Marte's surprise choice. I mean, Scott said that it was a surprise choice. That
well out Ward there. Sorry, Chris.
Sorry.
I'm just going to say Brentford just had a corner and Ward come out and collected really well, which is nice to see because again, Casper were known for staying on his line a bit, weren't he?
He was at the end, yes, he definitely was. And as well, it's a goalkeeper that people know, that the defenders know, and they can trust him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well. Yeah. He took that well.
Definitely, like you say, you know, training with him all the time and. Yes. You know, you build that, especially with his defenders. He'd have built a relationship with them since he's been here, really. So rather than bringing a not an unknown keeper, but somebody who's just coming in, it's a bit more of a gamble, I guess. So
yes, yeah. Brentford have got. Manchester United have got one back. It's 2-1. James says Elliott has scored the goal. I've got to get used to this new. That's got to be a free kick, surely. That was a block.
On Justin.
Yeah.
Dewsbury always going off.
Wow.
Daka's coming on.
So
looks like we're going two up top. Oh, Brendan's going for it a bit. Fair play.
Yeah. Wow.
I think it's going to be a big season for Daka, I really do.
Well, he kind of bedded in, didn't he, last season? And I think have we had a yellow card? I thought I saw then, maybe not. But yeah, Daka, we know what he can do. I still wish we'd kept Musa because I think he was amazing. Those 2 goals against Barcelona in that Intercontinental American Crap Cup, whatever it was, he
was fast, weren't he?
But he was never played. He was played on the wing, and he's not a winger.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
But let's have a look and see what we've got going on here. Then, so still no yellow card. In fairness,
nope.
So Daka on for Dewsbury Hall. So we've actually now, it looks like we've got a 3-5-1-1. Up and over by Brentford.
Nerves kicking in now, Chris.
Sorry?
Nerves are kicking in now.
Yes.
I hate this. I'm glad it's back, but oh God, watching us it can be awful sometimes.
It I usually, if I'm watching it, not doing a watch along, if I'm watching it on the big telly, and it's a big game, I'm usually last 5 minutes. I'm pacing up and down the hallway.
Yeah.
Leicester are coming away. Got a break. Not sure who's got it. Oh, what the hell was that? Oh, Madison. I think he fell over his own feet then.
It looked like it did, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it was a great break. He tried to get it out, I think, to Daka, but completely mistimed it. But it keeps the ball up their end for a bit.
Jesus. Bit risky there at the back. Brentford got a corner.
Well, they've scored. They'd only scored 5 goals in the last 5 matches.
Don't say that, Chris.
All right, let me just say that. In the last 5 matches, we scored 13. That's unlucky, isn't it? So, are you surprised at Dewsbury Hall going off?
Yes and no, really. I mean, I think he's again. It's so obvious he's going to be such a massive player for us this season. Hopefully, he's not picked up a bit of a niggle, and he's. I don't want him to definitely not have picked up a knock. So hopefully, he's fine. I think because he puts in so much effort and he puts himself about. No matter how long he's on the pitch, maybe I don't know. Maybe he tires a bit more easily than what the other midfielders do because he just does not stop running. He's got such an incredible engine on him, and he never stops. So maybe it makes sense to bring him off, give him a bit of a rest. Yeah, exactly. I think it's a case of he's a local lad playing for the team that he loves, and it shows in the way he plays.
Yeah. Just says there, I've forgotten how the nerves get you as the game gets near the end.
Yeah.
Get a third, please. That would be nice.
It's awful. I'm with you, Chris. I mean, there's games where I'll watch it if we're winning 1-0 in the last 10 minutes, and I can't watch it anymore. I just have to keep checking my phone every now and again, looking at updates and stuff. So, and hoping for the best.
It's all Brentford at the moment. It is all Brentford.
It is. We're sitting back a lot more, and they're looking a lot more dangerous. So
that ball was out.
Oh, Jesus!
Good.
That's a great chance.
There.
Great chance for Brentford there at the back post. Tony coming in with the header just went wide. Lovely ball in as well. Tony, nobody picked him up. Should have scored there, Chris. You'll see. No doubt you'll see it in a minute. Should have scored or at least got it on target.
Yeah, I've just seen it there. Yeah. Again, we're playing around at the back.
Yeah.
I didn't like it last season. I don't like it this season. I never like it at all because, we're not Man City. We're not Chelsea or Liverpool. We're Leicester. And play around at the back, we lose it. That's what happens. It was a great cross by the Brentford player.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Really good cross. We just sort of seem to be rushing a bit.
Don't get too excited now. But... or we could get disappointed. I think we're going to might be disappointed in a second.
Why?
I'm not sure.
I'm just looking at the stats screen. Either expected us to have conceded a goal or had a goal chalked off or something.
Well, I don't know. I'm looking at the in the chat. And people are saying different things about the score. I think maybe they may just be guessing. I'm
living. I'm looking at the stat screen, praying here. Really, to be honest,
my stomach is churning, especially as a free kick to Brentford at the moment.
Yeah. Well out, Ward.
We're sat in 7th place at the moment. Just one place above Chelsea. Stop the season now.
Give me 7th. I'll take 7th all day.
Yes. I think a lot of people in the chat on, and I've taken the chat off because it's a continental, shall we say, stream, and there's a lot of they're not, maybe not as reserved as the English fans are, but there's a lot of people saying 2-2, a lot of people saying 3-1, and I suppose it's going to be one or the other, isn't it, at some point?
Yeah, well, I mean, that could be the Brighton Man United game, I guess. Who knows? Or were they saying
no, it's on this stream? Yeah, it's on this stream. I
see.
Yeah, I think they're all just sort of predicting what it's going to be. I think it's still 2-1. It is still 2-1 at the moment to Brighton. And guess what game's going to be on first on Match of the Day tonight?
I'd say Man United, Brighton.
I think it could well be, yes.
Or Man City, West Ham.
Yeah, depending how that goes, you're quite right.
Yeah,
yes. Yeah. At least we know we should be at least third.
Yeah.
Although knowing the BBC, they could put us on after yesterday's highlights.
I was just going to say at least we won't be last on, but who knows?
Who knows? 80 minutes. Oh, straight into the goalkeeper's hands. Did the players, and I missed this, and I did a show sort of during the off season about racism, sexism, and homophobia in the game. I don't think the players took the knee, did they?
I'm not sure, mate. I know in the Arsenal game on Friday night they did. But I know they're talking
about stopping to do it and probably doing something else.
Yeah, I think they're sort of saying now that they're only going to do it on certain games, like Boxing Day and sort of fixtures like that, really. But I can't remember if they did it in this game or not. Whether it was sort of a case of, well, it's first games of the season for everybody, so do it basically.
Maybe they're doing it on live matches, possibly on live matches. But
maybe, yeah.
It's awkward because I was in the point getting a bit fed up with it, but I was very annoyed when some teams didn't do it in the Women's Euros because I thought UEFA would have clamped down on that, but I don't know what to do because, like you say, you can do things so often that it just becomes part of the game, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it sort of loses its meaning, I guess.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I think the first time it was done after the first game back after lockdown, nobody sort of knew what was going on. It definitely weren't expected, and it took everybody by surprise. And it had such a big impact because everybody were like, "Yeah, it's been done for the right reason." And then, but yeah, I think now the idea of it just being done on certain fixtures and I say big fixtures in the footballing world, Premier League terms anyway. I definitely agree with it. I really do.
Yes. Yeah.
We've not made as many subs as I thought we would.
No.
See, I was sort of expecting. I mean, I don't know what it's been like for a lot of the games over the weekend, but many teams used. Have they used up all 5 subs, or I sort of expected a lot more teams, especially with coming back from pre-season. I thought we'd see a lot more teams using all 5 subs, to be honest.
Yes.
But it don't really seem to be the case.
It hasn't. No, I think they said. I think possibly there was one of the big teams did it. I think it might have been Spurs. And they're saying this is what they're saying about it being. Unfair on the smaller teams.
Which it is. It is. But I guess in the long run, it's especially for a team like ourselves, where last season with the amount of injuries we got. Oh, Chris, don't look at your stat score. Your stat screen. Oh no! For fuck's sake. Oh, we've really bought it on ourselves, haven't we?
Don't we always?
VAR, something, please, God help us. Oh,
We've let Brentford back into this.
Yeah, it's so disappointing. The first half we were playing so well.
Yeah.
And like you say, getting the goal when we did at such a good time. And then after the goal, they've had to come out and have a go. And clearly it's worked for them. Be interesting to see the goal. I think I'm quite behind now, to be honest.
I'm on 84.
Yeah, I am 84, 47. I think.
Oh, you're ahead of me then. You are ahead of me.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! No!
Unfortunately, oh yes.
Yeah. Yeah, 2-2. Shit. It's a great goal. What a finish that is. Who is it? Who scored it? Don't know who scored that. Great finish.
We were breaking away as well.
Yeah, I know. It's a great goal. Again, Ward, no chance. Completely looks like he's a bit unsighted, to be honest. Fuck's sake. 2-0 scoreline, Chris. What did I say?
Yes. Yes, you did. 2-2.
We're playing so well as well, and we've just sat back and, like you say, just invited them on. You can't knock the goal at all. Ward's got no chance with both of them. It's such a good finish.
Yeah. Deserved, in fairness.
Standing off him. Yeah.
Deserved.
Fully deserved. Standing off him. Nobody's putting a tackle in. Cuts inside. Bends it in. Great goal.
We blocked one shot.
Yeah. Oh, God. You don't laugh, you cry, didn't you?
David says here, I guess old habits die hard.
I just don't understand why we just sort of dropped off, and it's really strange. I don't get it. We're playing so well, and like the tactics and everything, it were working so well, and then we've just completely dropped off. I don't understand it.
No.
Nervy last 5 or 10 minutes here. Oh.
Would you agree with this? Martin, fortunately, isn't good enough, and indeed he has lost his touch. Maybe Marty would have been better in a 4 at the back rather than a back 3. I don't know. Indeed, he lost his touch. So, Josh?
He ain't really played that much pre-season, has he? Really? So I think he's looked a bit rusty. Whether he could have gone off, I don't know, Pratt at some point, and Pratt maybe played a bit more of that CDM role. I don't know, but I wouldn't say he's lost his touch, really. I can see why he said that, though, because he hasn't had the best of games.
No!
Oh my God!
No!
This is
what the fuck?
This is going to get toxic. Oh, it looks like he's offside. Offside. Oh, Chris. Offside. Is it?
Goal cancelled. Yeah.
Oh, thank fuck for that. Jesus Christ. Could you imagine the atmosphere in the ground if that had counted?
Yo.
I can't take it.
Jeff said this is the Leicester we love, but I mean, tale of two halves.
Oh, without doubt. I mean, like we say, we were getting excited after the second goal, and rightly so, because we'd come out all guns blazing, and then just after that, we had not. I mean, for Farmers hit the post with an header, but after that, done nothing really. But I mean, for the mutual, it's been a great game.
We've got a corner apparently. Jeff loves VAR. There are times, Jeff. There are times. James, what a let off for Leicester. Yeah, mate. Definitely.
God, yeah, it's such a let off. Yeah, the flag went up straight away, to be honest. Looked a bit suspect at the back there. Yeah, he's miles off. Well, he's to say miles. He's in footballing terms, miles. He's a good yard. He's a good yard offside there.
Yeah.
Slack defending there at the back. That we got off. So lucky there. Jesus Christ.
The flag went up while he was still running with the ball. None of this. Hopefully they got rid of this shit where let's wait until until we see what happens with the ball. Do you know, they always used to do that.
Yeah,
they
I know.
Used to wait. Yeah.
I don't want to sound dramatic, but when I seen that come up as goal, then I nearly died.
Well, remember this way, I know my bowels are still working.
Oh God, it's never easy.
It isn't.
You're sort of looking at it thinking, now, God, just hang on for a point, to be honest.
Yes.
It's a shame to see us drop off so much. I know, like, you know, when we were pressing, the pressing side of things, you can't keep that up for 90 minutes because it's impossible, really, because, you know, players are going to tire. But
yeah,
we just really dropped off this last 40 odd minutes. It's such a shame. We were looking really good. Although at the start of today, I did say I'd take a point, but under the circumstances, it's going to be a bit of a disappointing one, unfortunately.
And it's over.
Full time 2-2. Well, I'd say over the spread of the game, you'd probably say it's the right result, really. Again, like you said, Chris, it were a complete tale of two halves, really, weren't it?
Yeah. Words and Pictures West Ham fan. How you guys? Now it's probably not a lot of time to say this. It's Brendan Rodgers going ahead and sitting back. Cost Liverpool the title. 3-3 at Crystal Palace. Well, yeah. I mean, we didn't lose. You know, and for 45 minutes we looked good.
Yeah, we did look good.
Because I suppose the question is why only one sub, as David said.
It's daft. I don't understand it. Again, you know, you got the option of bringing on 5 players, and to use only one. I don't know. I'm not. I mean, I'm gutted. It's 2 points dropped at the end of the day, no matter which way we look at it. But at least, you know, we've not lost. First 45 minutes, we played really well. We played good football, so that's a positive. But again, the negatives are that to let 2 goals slip like two goal leads slip like that is disheartening, really. But you know, Ward couldn't do anything about the goal. The second goal, I mean, maybe Amati could have put at least, you know, maybe fouled him on the edge of the box and sort of we could have avoided it that way. But it's such a good strike. And overall, over the 90 minutes, you'd say 2-2s. A draw's it's the right result, really. Pains me to say it, but
Yeah, I'm just looking at the stats there. 55% possession to Leicester, no cards in the game at all. 114 attacks to Leicester to Brentford's 92. Dangerous attacks 35 to Leicester to 20. Shots on target, they ended up with more than us. They ended up with 4 shots on target to our 2, but we had 12 shots off target to their 5. Neither Vardy or Daka did anything for me.
No, nothing. Vardy were pretty anonymous. I think Brentford set up well and nullified him, really, to be honest. Didn't really... I mean, it didn't look like he got involved in the game that much, in all honesty. But, I mean, like I say, it's disappointing to have gone 2-0 up, but having said that, you know, they come back into the game really well. You know, when it went 2-1, you're sort of fearing the worst and you're thinking, God, we'll do well to sort of hold out here. And then just a bit of a wonder goal has snatched the point for them, really. So it's a shame, but at least it's not a loss, I guess.
No, I mean, if we look at, well, they're still playing at Old Trafford, so it's 2-2 there. At the moment, we are down to 10th, but we were 11th before we played the game, so I guess we have gone up 1. I mean, the Leicester, I'm looking at Maddison, just stood there, and they must be thinking, how did they let that game slip away?
Yeah, just sitting back and inviting them on, really. But, I mean, I suppose another positive is their goal getting cancelled at the end, because it could have been even worse, couldn't it? You know?
Well,
I think the defending on the back foot, we looked a bit suspect, especially, like I say, with their disallowed goal. It looked like, you know, they were breaking away, and I can't remember who scored it, to be honest with you. I think it was the chap that scored their equaliser, or Mbeumo sort of completely ran in behind Castagna, and he's not known where he is. So that obviously needs to be something that needs to be worked on when we're sort of defending on the back foot and against the other team's counter attack. But overall, mate, like I say, it's disappointing, but at least it's not a loss. It's the first point on the board as well, so which is always important.
You don't want to start with, you know, negatives, do you? And like you say, it's a point on the board. Don't think Casper would have made any difference. I'm sure there's going to be shouts, oh, we should have had Casper had been in goal and all that. I don't think it would make any difference.
No goalkeepers are stopping any of them goals, to be honest. I mean, again, Tony's is like 5 yards out and he's absolutely lashed it. Ward's no chance. And then the equaliser is such a good strike, and the curve and the bend on it is such a good goal. And I think Ward's a bit unsighted, to be honest, because he looks like he's got at least two or three defenders in front of him. But even if he can see it, he's not stopping that. No way. I don't think any goalkeeper's stopping it. So
no. Jeff says wanted the win, but will take the draw. Very dissatisfied with how that game ended up, says David. I just want to know, he carries on, I just want to know why he took off KDH and brought on Daka. Better Pratt in that case. Madders and Vardy nowhere to be seen. Madders' touch wasn't good, to be fair. 14 shots to us, 8 to Brentford, 5 on target, like I say, 3. And they had more successful passes, believe it or not. But I mean, you know, when you make a substitution, you know, if Dak would come on and got a goal, it would have been, you know, back to tactician. Sorry.
Exactly. Maybe Brendan sort of, like you say, maybe he brought him on and sort of hoping that we might get the third and kill the game off. But neither him or Vardy never really, I say, got involved, because it sounds harsh on them, really. But whether we'd sort of played to their strengths or not and tried to sort of play them in behind, which we never really looked like doing second half. It is what it is, mate. Again, it's you take the point and you sort of look at the weak aspects of the game, and hopefully they put it right before a big game against Arsenal next week.
Yeah. Bikram and Marty was at fault for both goals. Is that fair?
I'd say so. I mean, as we pointed out at the time, the first goal, it was sort of he dropped so deep, and which obviously plays Tony onside, and then the second goal is disappointing. As much as the strike's unbelievable, I felt that Addy sort of just, took a chance and not lunged in, but, maybe committed a foul on the edge of the box, and, that goal don't go in. He stepped off too much for me and allowed the player to cut inside and get the shot on. So that's hard. That was disappointing to see, because I felt up until that in the first goal, I thought you were actually playing all right. And we said in the watch-along, we haven't really noticed him, which were a good thing, really. You could agree. You could agree with that comment to a certain point. I can see where they're coming from, definitely.
Yes, yeah. Positive, said Terry Ward for me. Like I said before, you can't blame him for the goals. Man United lost to Brighton. David, I hate the consolation of it being at least 1 point, because we had control of that game, and for once Brendan didn't back us up properly. Scott, he did not agree with the substitution at all. Personally, if you're taking Midfielder off when replacing with what he said afterwards, he knows tomorrow he wasn't there, or Brighton. We have Vardy or Daka, and they never give through balls. They weren't in the game, those two. They weren't in the game at all. But hey, it's going to be the first of many, many ups and downs, as they said. It's the old Leicester City roller coaster. Queue up, a pound a ride.
At least it was an exciting. At least it was an exciting game to get us off to the start we did anyway, mate. It wasn't a boring one, was it? So
it was not a boring one at all. But it could have been worse. Like I say, we're sat in 10th. Man United. Oh, they've jumped up to 14th. Quite a shame they're not in the bottom three. But don't think the Forest are. It's not been a wasted weekend. Josh, thank you very much, sir. I don't know if
more than welcome, mate.
For Arsenal next week, which is on the Saturday.
I think I might be. I'll have to get back to you, mate. If I am, I'd love to jump on as ever, pal.
Yeah, no problem. Let me know, mate. All the best and take care. Thanks
I will do, mate. No worries. Have a good week, pal.
Yeah, and have a go all the rest of your family as well.
Thank you. Cheers, Chris. Thanks a lot, mate.
All the best.
Look after yourself, pal. Bye, mate.
And you. Bye-bye. Oh. Yeah, Jeff, looking forward to Brad's rant on catch-up in the morning. I think, you're thinking Brad will rant? We will find out at 6 o'clock, guys, because that's when we are back. James, cheers, lads. Take care. Thank you for watching Leicester Till I Die. This has been that very same channel. So it's finished. First game, Leicester City 2, Brentford 2. Let's just say, before we all start sort of going mad and anything like that, Liverpool drew 2-2. They didn't have the best of starts. Man United have lost. So Aston Villa lost. Those clubs that were bounsters. Apparently, thank you, B-Com. No, thank you for coming on, sir. Apparently, Vestergaard has turned down a move to Fulham. Can't blame him. Would you want to go? Anyway, thank you to everybody that's been in the chat and to the mods as well. It's obviously always is fun on the watch along, unless you lose, of course. But it's always fun to have people in the chat giving us their opinions as well, because football is all about opinions. So thank you for watching and thank you for listening, if that is what you have been doing. All our socials on the top there. Go to Linktree / Leicester Till I Die, and you will be able to find links to all our socials. We will be back at 6 o'clock. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel and then click those likes. It all helps with the algorithms. And if you want to click the notification bell, you'll never miss a show. Talking to shows, like I say, 6 o'clock. We're back with Brad for the watch-alongs. And as as Scott just said, then I think, this could be interesting. Thanks very much. Take care. All the best. And don't do anything I won't enjoy. See you in 2 hours.
Thanks for watching Leicester Till I Die. This is Chris saying goodbye and see you next time.
Thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You better like them too or I'll be back.
Cool. I'm out of here. Ooh, that's a wrap.
Some people are on the pitch. They think it's all over. It is now.